Hello Kickstarter people, it is Luke here. I am making this film. If you don't know who I am, but for some reason back to the Kickstarter anyway, my name's Luke. I'm directing The Drowning of Arthur Braxton. Today I wanted to show you a little bit of where we are at with Braxton and what's happening and what I'm doing today, because I feel like I want to update you, and why not?
So right now the film is on here. This is an assembly edit of the film on a hard drive, just a normal everyday hard drive. I don't know why there's rubbish here. I apologise for the mess in my room. This is just a normal hard drive, but it's got on it a bunch of files called MXF files. Now, MXF files are files which, rather than taking the file from the camera, which is just gigantic,
because those files are slow to load on the computer because they're so big. And so what you do when you're editing a film is you create what's called proxy media. Now, proxy media, imagine you had a photo that was like 10 feet high. Well, what you might do is you might get a small version of that photo so that you can try out coloring it or try out cutting it out, and then you would then copy what you did to that tiny photo to that 10-foot photo, but you'd only do it once because that 10-foot photo is a lot of work to work with. That's what MXF files are for.
So these MXF files are smaller versions of the footage we took on the camera, so that the editing is a little bit easier, a little bit faster, and a little bit less ridiculous, so that it can fit on just one hard drive, because otherwise the film is about
like 50 terabytes, which is fine, but it's a bit too big to fit on one hard drive, and one hard drive is easier. So there you go. At the end of the editing process, you take all the edits you did with the small files and apply them to the big files so you can make a high quality film.
So we've been editing something called Avid Media Composer, which is the industry standard
Software to edit films in.
Open. So this is what films look like when you're editing them on a professional level. So this is Avid Media Composer. This is a very, very big piece of software. And it's very, very difficult and annoying to use until you properly get to know This is what the film currently looks like. All of these edits. And there's a lot more to do, by the way. Films, before they get coloured, they look horrible. They look really, a little bit of naked James there. They look really bad. They look all kind of weird and uncontrasty and bright. And this is because this is the raw footage from the camera, and the raw footage from the camera is deliberately designed like this so that you can get as much detail in the light stuff and as much detail in the dark stuff, like the watch just there. On another camera, that might be just completely black, or this might be completely blown out and white. But when it's like this, you get as much detail as possible, which is really, really key to making it look nice and look like a film. So that edit is done, and it's called the assembly edit. And then I took the assembly edit over into something called Adobe Premiere, which is a bit more sort of, you might have used that if you've had any experience in filmmaking at all. I've got a really low quality version here, and I have applied a little bit of coloring. So if you look here carefully, you can see it looks slightly more like a film, just a little bit more, not like loads because I haven't done it properly, but it looks slightly more like a film. You've got the crop marks to make it what's called 2351 CinemaScope. And what I'm doing here is I am applying music to it. So I'm applying stock music or music from other films, so that when I come to working with a composer, I can show him or her this giant project, and then they can get a feel of what I want to make in the film and what I want scenes to feel like.
It's also important as we start approaching things like distributors to be able to show them, like, okay, the film's not done yet, but this is the sort of feel that we're going for, and this is how it's going to be.
So that colouring thing I was talking about, for example, this is a vaguely coloured shot that I did myself, so it's not done. I'm not a colourist. I'm not at all a colourist, but the original footage looks like this. So you see the difference? That's a lot worse than this. So this is a good sort of starting point for me to show people it and sort of show it to people who need to see it. And they're not going to go, why does it look so weird and white and strange? So that is where we are right now.
The assembly edit has been done. I am doing this. I am also coming up with a list of things that I need to reshoot. If there's anything, there's about 3 or 4 things that I need to sort of redo, which is fine to make the story make sense. And then after that, we go to the final edit. So I'll be working for 2 or 3 weeks with a final editor. And after that, we go to VFX first, then we go to sound and grade simultaneously. Grade is this colouring thing I was telling you about where it makes it look pretty, but someone else is doing that properly rather than just me in my bedroom. Not that I'm not okay at these things, but like the people working on the post are just incredible. Like Josh, who's the producer, has just... He's got some incredible people working on it, and I have no idea how he's managed to convince these people to do it, but I'm very, very excited. And that's what Josh has been doing. He's been negotiating stuff for post-production, like editing, like sound, like music, all that kind of stuff. I'm really keen to carry on getting you guys perks done, because I know like some of you have had them like days on set. We had everyone but one girl didn't get her email, so she's coming to one of our reshoot days. And then people who are extras in the film, they've had their day. I'm really keen to get all you guys' perks done because I just want to finally thank you for doing this. I mean, obviously I thank you, but thank you with like an actual thing that you deserve. All the signed books I've got in my car, which is currently about 300 miles away because I had to leave it in Cheltenham. That's a long story. I now live in London. And the posters have arrived. I need to pick them up. I need to work out the budget for postage and shipping and all these things. Things are happening. Good things are happening. And whilst all that's happening, I'm also trying to carry on doing a YouTube channel. Which is going okay. I'm uploading today, so that's nice. Everything's fine. I type a lot of stuff to you guys through updates, but I really thought it was important just to actually show you what the hell's going on with this film. It's looking really amazing. We have some amazing cast guys in there. I can't wait to tell you even more. The only reason why I can't share as much as I'd really, really want to with you guys is there's a bunch of rules. This is like a really weird thing, but there's a bunch of rules around film festivals, and the way that we will show this film to people is likely in part film festivals, but some film festivals don't allow you to screen, like most film festivals actually don't allow you to screen at their film festivals if you've released too much stuff on the internet. So I've never really been able to explain like why I'm going like this person's in it, but I can't tell you who it is yet. But that's why. It's because film festivals won't let us in if we've told the internet too much. This is one of my favourite shots of the whole film. It's just stunning. It just looks incredible. You've got all this water. What this is meant to do on a sort of thematic and metaphorical point of view is you're meant to be able to go, Delphina, this girl who lives in the pool, this is her world, and so the screen is like 90% her, then 10% Arthur. So he is meant to be the minority or the sort of character with less power in this scene, and she's got all this space that's hers. This is her world, and he doesn't cross. And that's why there's this line here. This is that you don't cross. There's a barrier between them. If you read the book, then that will make sense to you on a metaphorical point of view. There's a barrier between him and the water. He wants to join her, but he can't. As always, thank you so much for everything you guys have done helping me make this thing, and I really cannot wait to show you guys it. I'm so excited. I'm looking all beardy and gross today. I apologise, but this is I'm working. It's my work day. It's not my being pretty day. It's my work day. Cool. Thank you guys so much. I will hopefully be in contact with you. I might just start doing all of the updates like this. This is so much nicer. I just get to hang out and chat with you guys and show you things. So yes, cool. Thank you very much. I'll see you later. Bye.